Hello, Keep It Skane. It is Monday, November 5th, 2018. This is your No One's Listening Show, episode 130. I am your host, Rafa. To my left, she thought she could hold her wine, but not this time. It's Anna.
Hi, guys. Hi.
And to her
Weekend
left,
talk later.
He preaches the green, but he drives a gas-guzzling golf cart. It's Manny.
Anna, you did not hold your wine on the chat. You were just whining and whining and whining.
I needed to vent. I was uncomfortable with my body.
Speaking of the chat, Lenny, it was great having you there for a minute. You're not here tonight.
Getting kicked out.
So I have a thing for Lenny,
morning.
too. She's hosted a drive heave party at home. It's Lenny. Couldn't make it today. And Griff, he is mysteriously not here like a Houdini.
Who's Griff?
Exactly.
Oh, guys.
No.
What if
Okay.
he's listening?
Let's start how we always start. It's called Weekend Talk. And we have a special edition. What did you guys do on Halloween exactly? Won the costume contest?
Halloween was Wednesday, even though we've been talking about it for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Halloween was last Wednesday.
Well, I
Like
had
5
plans
days
to
ago.
go to the Grove, but I didn't go. I did nothing on
Oh,
Halloween.
shit. You
Yeah.
could have gone with us to this thing that we told you and you got excited about.
No, I didn't need to do anything. I had already had my haunted hike fill. I did the zombie thing.
You were over Halloween.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't need to go out there for the thing, so.
Well, we went out on Halloween
We did.
till way too late
In
for
costume.
Wednesday. In costume.
Saw a cool band called Las Nubes.
Awesome band.
Yeah, awesome band.
Awesome
Where?
band.
Churchill's?
Yep.
Yep.
I knew it.
Saw,
Did you guys dress up when you went there?
I
Yeah.
did, yes. We both did.
I was going to say, I think we should post a picture of Rafa and his Halloween costume on Facebook. I send it to the chat or no? I have to show.
No,
I'll show
you
you.
did not. It wasn't the creepy, erotic clown, was it?
Similar.
No. So I had talked to somebody. I wanted to go with something scary, so I thought maybe a vampire or some kind of thing. But then I was talking to somebody else, and they said, I don't know how it came up, but I thought, what is scary now? You know? And so in my head, I thought Jeffrey Dahmer is pretty scary right now. Like a creeper type of guy.
Creepos are scary.
Is really scary.
Who is this, Hannah?
Do you love that
looking at the
picture? He's
picture.
looking at the picture right now. We'll post it on Facebook because it's actually really good. And I was next to him in the car, and I was uncomfortable in the car.
It was very subtle because
is that like Jerry curl or activator in your
I
hair?
put a ton of oil in my hair so that I looked just extra creepy.
He
Like
showed
a
up to my house
creepy-
with coconut oil in his hair, but then we added some baby oil.
You look like an extra from Boogie Nights.
Yeah, like very dirty guy like that. And then there was blood in subtle places. And I think people saw me and they weren't sure if I was in costume or if I was just a legit creepo, which is exactly what I wanted. It worked out really well.
You always have to be able to get behind your character.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
He
that's the
really
other
did a
thing.
good job at that.
Yeah.
I have to tell you guys. But we saw Arturo play the score to Halloween.
So we went to a place called Space Mountain where they had my buddy Arturo, we mentioned it last week, played the score to Halloween with a video show and everything, and it was great. I think it was a 10-piece band, maybe? No.
9?
9-piece?
There was a 2 violins, a cello, a tuba,
A bass.
a bass, stand-up bass, a keyboardist, and like a synthesizer keyboard thing. And Arturo on the drums.
Drums and a guitar.
Oh, and a guitar, yes.
And that was great. And then from there we just passed by Churchill's to see them play.
2 violins and a thing that looks like a violin. What is it called?
I'm not sure.
I forget.
Viola.
Yeah, viola. Actually.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. 2 violins and a viola. But yeah, then we went to Churchill's with Les Nubes was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome band.
Great band. Check them out.
Yeah. And also this girl that did some music before Les Nubes.
Oh, that's right.
We haven't talked about that yet.
Lilith, which was...
We haven't talked about it between you and I yet.
All I thought was it was not the right venue at the
Not the
time.
right venue.
At the time, I was in for something more with more energy, and it was a bit of a downer.
Not to say that it wasn't good. It just was
it was
the wrong
just
venue.
wrong venue, wrong time.
But that was fun.
And then weekend, I don't know. Do you guys do anything this weekend?
I voted on Halloween.
Oh, who'd you vote for?
We've already been through this.
I did vote for Andrew Gillum, I have to say. 'Cause
Oh,
that's
so you'll
like
say
very
that.
obvious. I'll say that because it's just like, come on, give me a break. I also on that day picked up a ticket to go see to see Obama campaign with.
Oh yeah,
with
he was at
Andrew.
Coyo Taco.
I saw they did the rally on Friday at noon at the space near the corner actually on North Miami Ave and 14. I go to art fairs there sometimes, but and so I went to Coral Gables to go pick up a ticket to go because I was all like, oh God, I'd love to see Obama in person. I love him so much.
Really?
Yeah, I would love to see him speak. Are you serious? He's so charismatic. I think it would be good energy.
He was a rock star. He walked into Coyo Taco. My friend owns that place, and so she sent me a bunch of pictures. And he walked in, and he was just, he's like, it's like
went in and just said, "What's up?" It's all the kids like sitting in the front.
Yeah,
on
I
the
saw some
table.
videos.
Yeah, but then I ended up not going because I had to work.
It would have been a shit show.
It would have been a shit show. I thought about that too. I'm like, do I really need to be in the crowd? But I don't think it was that shit showy because there wasn't traffic around there around that time.
no, it wasn't that bad. Not from the pictures and videos I saw.
Of the rally, I wish I would.
Oh, not the rally. I'm talking about Coyo Taco.
No,
Yeah, no,
Koyo,
I'm
he
talking
came
about
in
that.
unexpected,
Yeah,
so
so
it's
it wasn't
different.
like planned. But what else? What else did I do?
We went to Adri's birthday party.
Oh, on
Happy
Saturday.
birthday, Adri.
That's what made me
30th
vomit.
birthday.
Yeah.
That's what made you vomit.
I don't know what happened to me. I drank a lot of red wine and I don't know.
Couldn't hold it.
Couldn't hold it at 5:30 in the morning. And we went home by like 1. But at 5:30 I was awake, not feeling well. I'm really upset with myself.
Wow.
I was so out of it that day that I took 2 red lights, but being stopped at the red light
Dude.
and accelerating when it wasn't green.
Dude, you know where? At
I don't
Crandon.
know what I like.
Crandon,
I was just tired or something.
Crandon leaving the key on the cross of Harbor Drive, that green arrow turns on, right? The green arrow turned on and Rafa starts pressing the gas and cars are turning across left to go to Ocean Village, like that street. Freaking Rafa just starts going and I'm like, stop. And then where was the other one?
Leaving Brickell.
Whatever. It was scary. Watch out for a blue Jeep Cherokee.
It was a mistake. It was an honest mistake.
Twice.
I was just tired.
I don't know, man. You guys are out of control.
I was really tired, and I'll tell you this: both times I was looking at a phone, not my phone. I was looking over to a phone on my right, like this.
What, I was on the phone?
Someone was showing me a phone, and so I would look, and then when I looked up, I saw like a hint of green on both occasions because both lights had green, but not for me. And I started going. Luckily, I'm not like a guy who accelerates quickly. I just kind of ease up on it, you know?
People honked. It was
But yeah, it
scary.
was a bit of a wake up.
Well, since I didn't go out on Halloween night, I went to a Day of the Dead event up in Fort Lauderdale at Revolution Live. It was Galactic and
Awesome
Dark
jam,
Star
man.
Orchestra playing up there. So we went up there on when was it? Saturday? Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. And 7 of us went from here. We were like, do we Uber?
What'd you guys do?
Do we Uber there and Uber back? How do we do it? So my friend just made the executive decision. He's like, I'm going to hire a driver. So
Good,
he has a
that's
driver
the
that
best.
he uses every now and then. The guy has like a big, giant Expedition Escalade thing. Secret Service kind of vehicle. The guy was in his suit. He picked us
Amazing.
up at 5 or 4.
You guys had
4:30.
drinks on the way.
We were all the way up. We had, playing the Bluetooth, and we was just,
Nice.
plenty of water and mints and hand sanitizer, tissues, everything you need.
Tissue.
Well,
What are you doing in the van?
Girls got to pee.
And the beauty was that the guy stayed up there. So when
He's
it was
waiting
time
there.
to go home, he's
Boom.
right there. It's
Oh,
like you throw up the
perfect.
bat sign,
Yeah.
and he shows up on the corner where he dropped you off. And it was great because, you never know what the surcharges are going to be when the concert's letting out. And it turned out that it was raining that night, so we just, at the end of the night, we just popped right into the car and had a great ride back.
Can I tell you that once it was me, Caro, my brother, and Caro's sister. We wanted to, it might have been Galactic. It was someone from New Orleans because Nick agreed to go and wanted to go. I don't know. And he had to work or something. He was just like, I won't drink. I'll be the designated driver. And for some reason, we were going to go in Caro's car. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know what happened. That we're up there at the concert. We're taking advantage that Nick is driving, and we get like sloshed, hammer time, like hardcore. Okay. I have pictures of that night. My brother, and we were like, oh, let's go out there, little siblings, whatever. I don't know why we decided to get so sloshed, but towards the end of the concert or like middle of the concert, Nick's like, guys, I have a stomach ache. Like, I'm not doing well. I really need to go home. And by that time, we had already like done all the drinking possible. And Nick took a cab home from Fort Lauderdale. And all of a sudden, the show's over, and all four of us are staring at each other like, how are we going to get home?
Why didn't
we
he just drive his car home?
He had driven, or like we went in Cato's car, and he was going to drive it home or something like that. I just know that like we were wasted, like really bad. And Andy Blanco, to save the night, as he does. I think it was this night, and he's done this for me before. He took his motorcycle up and like drove alongside us to make sure we were okay or something. And Cato had to drive home. She had to like chug some waters and like just do this.
Damn.
Freaking Nick.
This is a long time ago, though.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Oh, no, Uber. Uber didn't exist back then.
Taking the car was amazing.
Yeah, that's
great
the
call.
best.
And then the other good call that we made was buying the VIP tickets to this thing. So,
so what does that get you?
Well, I'm thinking VIP tickets is going to get me access to a bathroom and a bar without
I like
waiting.
that. The two most important things.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking that probably not a lot of people are going to do the VIP tickets. And it gives you access to the stage. So, like, there's a little section on the side, a little sliver off stage right, where, there's a fence or whatever, a barricade, and you can go on that side, and you're right up on the rail.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was great because it was a street party, and the stage was set up at the end of like an alley, so it was super narrow.
Yeah.
And so we had, we called it the Sun Pass lane when you're going up there, jump in the Sun Pass lane and go right up in front. But the best part was that it gave you access to this bar called Stash that was this dark, all decorated in Day of the Dead stuff. And, AC, plenty of room, bathrooms, no lines at the bar. You can go there, between sets or at any moment.
Nice.
And it was totally worth it.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
So.
I've never been to Revolution Live when they do the concert outdoors. I've seen pictures, but I've never done that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's always
again,
indoors.
we had a great group of people. And we actually did run into one Key Biscayner up there who he was, when I saw him, he was drinking and stuff. It's like, who'd you come up here with? This is a guy who always comments on my
alone?
pictures. He loves the Dead, and he's always commenting. And he's like, man, I should have gone, or I should go. And I'm like, hey, you're here, dude. He's like, you know what? Not only am I here, I'm having such a good time that I just rented a room at the Hampton Inn. I'm staying the night.
No, that's hilarious.
Which was the right call.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we went up and we met a bunch of other people there, and we had a great group. Super fun.
It's funny that going
Very
up
cool.
there, although it's not so far, it feels like this thing, because we also took Big Andy's car once. Were you with us that night? I think Vic drove that night, or agreed to be the designated driver, and did not ditch us. But Big Andy's car has like a cooler and stuff like in the armrest or something. It's like a huge expedition or something. And yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough weekend talk.
It's enough Revolution Live talk. Told like 3 stories. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it was a nice weekend.
That was a good weekend.
Winter's over. It passed last week. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Yeah, it's dark.
It's dark now.
Yeah.
Winter's
And-
over? What do you mean?
We had that little cold front.
Oh, that
It's
one
gone.
day?
Yeah.
That was nice?
Then it's back to
Summer.
being hot again. Okay. Well, as we always do, what are you guys listening to?
Where's the melodica?
It's right here.
Let's bring it up.
We got time, right?
We got that.
What are you listening to, Manny?
Well, I'm going to pull something out of the show that I went to on Saturday. Going right back to Revolution.
Nice.
Galactic. Never heard this band before, but highly recommended. New Orleans band. They're all about, collaborating, and they have featured, Macy Gray sings with them. And on this particular day, it was Erica Falls, and it's a song called Dalla Diva. Dalla Diva.
Dalla
Diva.
Is she from New Orleans too?
She totally is.
Yeah.
She was, yeah.
I saw in your video. I'm like, she's from New Orleans.
Yeah, she's badass, and she's like, I'm gonna share. actually, when I would before going to the show, I started listening to Galactic a little bit. And,
Of course.
get to know him a little bit. And this one particular song, I loved it. And what I loved about it was that at the beginning, she's like, the music starts, and she's like, "You guys ready? I want you to rock this motherfucker out tonight." And she just, from that point on, you could see she had the attitude.
That's
and
awesome.
She brought it that night. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to share you the link. Share the link of that, and we'll be
Manny,
posting that.
when I was like 20, I think I was 21, 20 or 21, there was a venue in New Orleans called Tipitina's.
Of course.
Right? And Galactic played from Monday to Tuesday of Mardi Gras. They started at midnight and played till 8 a.m. so then you could go to the last parade of Mardi Gras, Zulu. And they only took like 1 or 2 breaks, like 10, 15-minute breaks, but they played from midnight till 8 a.m. And we were there dancing the entire 8 hours. It was amazing. You would have liked that.
Intense.
And then you walk out, the sun is out, and the parades are starting, and you just walk straight into watching the parade. It is, we might have eaten some shrooms. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, it's like, it was amazing. It was a beautiful, beautiful night. It was, Tipitina's is close to a Save-A Center. I don't know if that's what it's called anymore, the supermarket. And
Did you ever see the Radiators when you were there?
No, I don't think so.
They used to play that bar.
Yeah.
So what's your song?
Saw the meters there. Oh, sorry. This is nothing to do with my song. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place tonight.
I know, she told a story of Revolution as well.
I know.
driving
I'm
up
just
there
telling
and
stories.
That
Ubering
changing.
I'm in that mood today.
Time change and the weather.
The time change effed me up. That's why I threw up, maybe. The time changed that night. I'm taking my song from a soundtrack, as I often do. I do love soundtrack music. It's an Italian singer called Loredana Bertè. It's 1982, and the song is called J'adore Venise, but it's in Italian. And it's so freaking good.
What movie is it from?
Call Me By Your Name.
Oh.
Which I already talked about how much I love it probably when it came out last year, but then I've watched it 3 times. I rewatched it last weekend when my girlfriends were in town, and this song is such a good freaking dance song that it's from 1982, poppy, like Italian. Of course it's good. You guys should play it whenever. Thanks.
All right.
Next.
All right. So my band is called the Skiffle Players.
Oh.
And they play
Skiffle.
which is a folk type of music. And the album came out last week, and I somehow found it. It was recommended to me by the algorithm. And the album's called Skiff, and the song I'm recommending is called Skiffle Man by the Skiffle Players.
So wait a second.
But there's more songs.
What
Not
is
every
skiffle?
song.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
Skiffle,
Is that a genre?
Yes, it's a folk subgenre. And I guess the most famous Skiffle song ever is that Mungo Jerry song, In the Summertime. Okay?
How does it go?
Now, in the
Sing it for-
summertime,
Okay.
when I've been
That's
around,
Skiffle?
in the
Okay.
summertime. Okay, so these guys don't sound so much Skiffle to me. They sound more folksy, folk type music. I would almost compare them to the Dead. And when I heard them, I thought the Dead just a little more, like a little more folk than the Dead would be, but still, and not a jam band, at least not on the album. But neither were the Dead on the albums. Anyway, the song's called Skiffle Man, really good. Album came out last week. It's called Skiff by the Skiffle Players. Check it out. When I post it, check it out.
Yeah,
I think it'll be right up your alley. And the whole album's good, but the song I picked just was the first one that I wanted to play it again.
What's the album called? Skiffle Doodle?
Skiffle Doodle. The Skiffle Players. And the album's called Skiff. And the song is called Skiffle Man.
Super creative guys.
Super.
None of the other songs have Skiff in the name, but
Super Skiffle.
yeah. So that's what you're listening to this week. And I hope if you listen to the show that you do go out there and at least check out the first 15 seconds of these songs when we
I
post
hope
them.
so.
You know, because you might find something you like. Most of the time you won't, but maybe you'll find something you like. All right. Let's get to it. We got big news on the horizon. It's the talk of the town. Okay, I've got the hot tip who's going to win the election tomorrow.
Ooh.
I actually don't, but I am going to make my predictions because I feel pretty confident in who is going to win the mayorship.
Did you predict Trump?
I did predict Trump.
You did, didn't you? Ugh.
Even when the polls said no.
On that note, I'm a little nervous because they're saying that, Congress is going to...
I don't believe it at all.
I don't believe that at all.
The Republicans vote way more than Democrats. It doesn't matter all this push. Maybe in some races...
Keep pushing.
Here in Miami, where the congressional seat was supposed to be so a shoe-in for whatever Democrat, Shalala has bombed it and is sucking. And I don't think any... But in the end, it's turnout, and Republicans just turn out more. So, whatever. But that's national politics. Boring.
Local.
Okay? Local, baby. Where things really happen. Okay. I am going to call it... It's not because I pick one or the other, but I think Lucho's going to win it. I think so because I see everything Lucho everywhere. And I think
keep seeing Mike Davey thing everywhere.
And so even though Mike has a strong vocal base, I think the silent majority is voting Lucho.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I really do. And why? I don't know. It's just a gut feeling of what I see on the streets.
Do you feel it's going to be close or?
Yeah, it'll be close. I do think it'll be.
What? You talking percentages? What do you
40-60.
No, 50.
That's not close. 40-60 is not close. That's a blowout.
You're
like
right.
53, 47, 54.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember that the last election, I think 3 or 4 people were elected on council last time.
3?
I don't remember.
Brett Moss, Katie Petros, Allison, and maybe one more person.
No.
Well, the difference
Someone
between
on
making it
Facebook
and not making it last time was 4 votes.
Oh, what?
Yes.
I don't remember. Wow.
Yeah. Allison, I think, had 4 more votes than Violet de Ayala.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
For council seats, it's a little tougher.
Who do you predict?
You got Ed London, Ignacio Segurola, Tony Winton, Luis Loreto, and Jeffrey Gonzalez. Okay.
First 3.
First, who's not going to win? Jeffrey Gonzalez is definitely not winning.
Not this time around.
No,
maybe.
I think I almost started thinking when I started thinking about this. Actually, I started thinking to myself, maybe someone told him just put your name in the race for next time.
So people get acquainted with your name.
Spend any money? I didn't see him really. I don't see him anywhere. Maybe he went to these forums.
No signs.
Yeah. No ads. The amount of ads I've seen for the other guys.
That's interesting. That could have been
that's
the advice
maybe,
you got.
Yeah, maybe somebody told him just put your name in, and then you'll win.
You get your name.
Yeah,
get people acquainted with your name.
Get your name out there, and next time you can make the push, or you can start making the connections in between.
Right, because the next election is going to be a big one too. That's That's the presidential election.
Yes, exactly.
A high-profile election.
So
that leaves 4, Rafa.
Okay.
Predictions.
I'm going to say Ignacio Segurola is going to take his seat.
Ignacio's a great example of someone who put their hat in the ring last time.
Yes.
And was a big underdog last time because he was an unknown quantity. But people got to know who he was a little bit. He didn't win, but he came now for the next election. So I agree. Ignacio is going in.
This one's tough. I think Ed London is going in, too.
I was about to say that next.
I think Ed London will go in because of his older support base who turn out to vote no matter what, and they will put him back in. I think so.
So Ed hasn't, in terms of campaigning, haven't really seen too much.
Haven't seen him much at all.
Couple signs maybe, but no social media at all.
None.
But
ads in the paper, I think.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Who reads the paper?
Yeah.
Those older voters.
Right.
And I'm conflicted between Tony and Luis Loreto. On just exposure alone, it's definitely Tony. On knowing what they stand for, it's more Tony than Luis. But I have seen a good amount of Luis advertisements, Loreto.
Where? In the paper?
No, in the email blasts, in the paper. And he capitalized on fix the traffic type of thing as just a slogan.
Which is what people want.
And he's got
Or it's an easy one.
He's got an old Key Biscayne contingency that I don't know if Tony has that kind of same base or not. You know, Tony has really gotten the word out there. We all know who he is, what he stands for, where he's at, and everything. But I do wonder if he has that little pool of people who will definitely show for him. And when you go vote for these guys, if they're somebody that you know, they tell you, please only vote for me. If you vote for 3, you're splitting your vote. You know, you only vote for the one guy you really want to get in there. And if you've got that base, like Loretto probably has from living on the island for 30 years and being on council.
Being on council, yeah.
Founding councilman type of person. He's got that old Cuban vote that you don't hear about, but they're still here. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if they'll turn out for him. So for them two, it's a really hard call for me. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Who would you vote for?
Who would I vote for? I would vote for Ignacio. I would just vote for Ignacio.
Okay.
Like if I would just make sure that he got his votes in. The other ones are all I'm just a little I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't connect as much with any of it. I wish them luck, but I just don't.
Who would you vote for mayor?
I would vote for that one. I don't know.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't. So
yeah, I think that for the council, I think that and Tony is a great guy, great addition to the political arena here. But Tony's new, so historically, people when they go in their first year, especially when they're going up against seasoned folks.
Yes, exactly.
Have been on the council.
People who have bases, what I feel are bases.
Yeah. I think Tony is going to have his time here. I'm not sure if this is it right now.
So, but do you think Luis is going to beat him, or do you think Ed is going to? No,
I think Ignacio's going on top, and then after that, I think it's probably Ed and Luis.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think
just based on the
bases, right?
On the vibe of around town.
Okay, and for mayor, I mean, I think Lucho's going to win, and I'm not really sure. Honestly, I think they're both great guys, and I think you could talk to both of them. So I don't really have a strong opinion on who I want to win, but I think Lucho's going to win just on the bases alone and how that plays out. But maybe not. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'm overestimating the old guard. Maybe things have changed a little bit.
Let's see.
We'll see tomorrow.
What about the condo base versus the home base? And is there a big condo lobby and unified voting block there?
That is so funny because I think this is the first time it comes up. People are talking about that, and I mean, that I don't like it.
Downstairs in your building.
I don't for now.
Something.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
And someone wrote no on top.
Yeah. So the condo lobby, I will shit on them. I don't like them. I don't like what they're doing. I don't like how they're dividing. They're trying to divide the key into condo dwellers and non-condo dwellers. I think it's bad for the key, and I hope the people don't.
I agree.
Don't think that their interests aren't being served because they live in a condo. I don't get that. I mean, I don't feel that way, and I think it's bad to split the key that way.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a hangover
never
from
felt that
Hurricane
before,
Irma.
yeah.
I think when they didn't clearing the debris.
Yes,
I think so too because I've never felt that before. It's like the first time.
Yeah. And so I don't think the voters yet feel that way, that they have something different from everybody else, that they need to vote for a guy who is more condo than not. I don't think the voters feel that way yet. But if these guys keep pushing that message, it could turn into that, condo
So when you look at the condo demographics, you have the older, longer in the tooth Key Biscayers, right?
Yeah.
And then you also have the young families, the people that came from maybe another country, and so the with your theory, Rafa, of the older folks maybe looking at someone like Lucho, it begs to wonder with the young family that maybe they're not even registered to vote.
That's what I would assume that they are green card holders,
right.
You know, not citizens just yet. So
just yet or ever, like you.
Or ever, exactly. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting tomorrow. We'll see.
Tomorrow we'll. Should we watch it together?
I wish
where
them
do we
all
want to
luck.
watch it? Let's do it tomorrow.
Well, I just postponed my meeting from tonight to tomorrow night, so I won't be here. But yeah,
I might be down. I don't know.
I could be down.
Maybe I'll get lost too. I don't know.
All right.
You'll get lost.
If you come up with
I heard
something,
that there's something
let me
in
know.
Stefanos.
Oh,
Did you
really?
hear that? Yeah.
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah. I think.
I mean, I like to celebrate these things. Maybe I can make it back on the island. What time is this? What time are results being?
I don't know.
The key ones take a long time, and you usually hear about it from
The next day. Oh,
No, from the
my
chats
prediction, my prediction for the mayoral election is that it's going to take a while because there's going to be a recount.
Really?
Oh, I like
Recount?
that
I
prediction.
think that if it's within a certain number of votes,
They
a
ha- it's
recount,
you can
they have
call.
to
You
do a
can ask
recount.
for a recount.
Yeah.
and usually one does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow, that'll be interesting.
that would be
So
interesting.
that's my prediction for the night.
Okay.
I just want to celebrate.
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to celebrate. No
Another day you
joking.
live in.
Well, don't get your hopes up too high.
About Andrew Gillum.
Yeah,
I'm really trying not to, but I
it could
Feel it.
happen, but
feel it.
yeah.
Oh, come on, give it to us.
You know, you're. I can't stress how much more Republicans vote than.
I know
Democrats.
because a lot of our friends don't vote,
Yeah. Ton.
which is very dumb.
Well, they don't know. They're too dumb to vote. I was going to say, I even have it written down. If you still don't know how and where to vote, you probably shouldn't because you're a moron.
There is actually there's a group of young Key Biscayners, not quite,
Younger than us, are you trying to say?
younger than you,
Thanks.
who who are Lucho, because Lucho has two sons that are in their mid to late 20s, and they have a lot of friends here.
I wonder if they'll actually go to the polls, though.
Yeah.
That is the question, you know?
I don't know why people don't vote, especially with early voting. It's so easy. It takes 2 seconds.
And a lot of people
Do
just-
your homework.
They don't know. They don't know what to
Why
vote
not?
for.
Yeah, but then something happens and they're like, complain about it. You know, they should shut the fuck up.
They barely
I
complain
don't think
about it
anyone's
either.
complaining, Anna.
They just don't
I
care.
don't know. Sometimes I feel like they are.
Also, I don't know. Some people... Well, nah, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, we could go on and on about this.
Well, we will talk about
People
it
should
next
vote,
week.
though.
But not too much because it's boring. All right, Ultra's coming to Virginia Key, boys.
Uns.
And I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. It's
No, you're
3
not.
days of rolling
Unz.
balls and listening,
Rolling balls.
and listening to
Unz.
Untz Untz
Rafa,
by the bay.
if Ultra comes, you must wear that costume.
No, that's the wrong outfit. It would have to be the little
Euro trash.
maybe like a
Gay.
thong, a little nipple.
No. That's the right
pasties.
outfit because it's different. And it's all about being different. Have you ever been to Ultra, Anna?
I have. When I was 16, I started going to Ultra. VIP passes. Okay. Maybe some stuff was involved. I won't mention what. I already let out too much on that Galactic show of Mardi Gras night. Yeah, I used to go when I was a lot younger. Then I stopped going.
So Ultra used to be 2 weekends, right? It's not anymore.
It only happened that for like a year. That
yeah,
that
it was
happened.
one weekend originally, like in late 90s.
Okay.
Early
so what's going on
2000s.
with Ultra, Rafa? Because I'm just hearing about this.
Okay, so Ultra, the city of Miami decided to not renew their lease or whatever their agreement to have them host it in Bayfront Park. Okay,
Which
As a
has been
result
there.
of
It's
what?
been there
What-
since.
what was
It's been
the-
there since Pam was built on the actual lot that it used to be at.
Yes.
Which is where it was good.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was in Bicentennial Park,
Bicentennial was awesome.
which has much more room.
Yeah.
Anyway, they moved it to Bayfront Park. Then there's all
because
these,
the downtown neighborhood people started complaining.
so then all
which
these
is very dumb.
all
lives in
these
downtown?
neighbors moved into this downtown buildings, and then they decided that they moved on top of the most popular electronic music festival
Was
in the
it was
world.
too loud
but
for
they
them?
don't want it anymore.
It's so dumb. It's only one weekend. Give me a fucking break.
There's a lot of setup times that they complain about.
I know, but it's like part of Miami culture, and it's like this cool thing that actually exists, I think.
It's the biggest, maybe one of the biggest electronic
worldwide.
music things in the world, and probably
Yeah.
the most famous one.
Yeah.
160,000 people.
Yeah.
Listen, it's annoying. I've been in downtown during Ultra. That's annoying, but like, that's why they shut it down. Come on.
Well, they didn't shut it down. They probably
Or
had this.
not shut it
There's a couple
down.
of things going on.
The lease was
okay?
ending.
When you do this kind of stuff, the Miami is also saying to themselves, we want more money, you know? You're offering us this much money for this time? Nah, we want more money. Okay, so Ultra went away and came back with another plan, and they had already talked to the city of Miami about it. And the new plan is to host it at Virginia Key. And the plan is they want Marine Stadium and the beach park. They want both spots, so to spread it out and everything. And so they're voting on November 15th to do this. It's pretty much a done deal. The city of Miami, even though the Key is going to complain and everything, for them, it's the best deal. They get the same amount of money. It's somewhere where none of their residents care or live at, you know? It doesn't bother any of their residents.
Zero.
And they have this great event space where they can do it. Doesn't disrupt traffic for any of their people or their town, basically.
Setup's easy there. It's a parking lot.
Exactly. Everything is just much better for everyone. It's on the bay.
Do
Everything's
you know
like,
how many people, though, used to use the People Mover to get to Ultra from different parts of the city?
Oh, I bet.
A lot. And it was so good because it was like people from Brickell, people from wherever, people from the buildings in downtown, or park your car wherever and take the freaking People Mover.
Yeah.
It was a huge deal. I mean, getting everybody here.
So
tonight there's actually a
or there has been already, maybe.
it's probably over already. There's a special council meeting that was called for people to
Here on
come
the
in
Key.
and sort of voice their concerns. Right?
Yes.
And we already know through the chats that the chats are blowing up.
People are not happy.
It's about 100% against Ultra.
Except for Rafa.
Yes. I am against it.
I'm against it.
I'm
too.
against it. I don't want the
ultimately.
traffic either, you know? But that's really my only qualm about it. It's like any other
My
event.
qualm is, I mean, like, I'm not so concerned about the traffic, to be honest. It's one weekend. It's like not, the end of the world. It's a heavy duty festival, more so than any of the other ones that have happened on Virginia Key. It's a little bit nastier. The kids are doing a little bit more crazy shit. And to be associated with that is just like not that fun. And then it opens the doors for other nasty festivals to come. And like, that's not fun. It's just opening the door for more and more is my concern. It's not the traffic that one weekend. No, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, we already got rid of the tennis, and now they're going to bring this. Get out of
It's
here.
just like not a good look. It really isn't. The truth is kids are partying in different ways than they used to, I feel like. And there's a lot of not
the
good stuff
truth is
happening.
also
Really?
that the city of
I
Miami.
think so.
I think you're old.
I think I'm old too. These people,
No,
did
no,
you
what's
see these people
happening-
walking around in like little outfits?
And as
That's
you
Ultra.
did it at 16. Now there's like 13-year-old kids going there.
That's
No, there
yeah.
not No, you can't get in at 13.
Yeah, you can. There's you can get in under 18. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's an 18? It's 18?
I used to go when I was 16 without a fake ID, but that was like 1999, or something, or 2000. So I don't know what it is now. It's a long time ago. Maybe the rules changed.
I think
that's-
they increased it.
And my brother used to go when he was under 18 also.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's no minors anymore.
Yeah.
Really?
My brother
think
used
so.
to go just like pure go listen to music and like stand there. But I saw a lot of nasty things happen there too. So
But that's not my concern. My concern is really the traffic. I don't
my
think we're
concern is
gonna
opening
have,
the door to have more
I don't think we're gonna have
festivals,
kids
So let's
running
get
amok.
to-
no,
in
they're
the
not going to
street.
run amok. But what if we do Ultra? Then it's like, oh, what a great venue! Keep doing festival every effing weekend.
Oh,
because
yeah, they
there's
would.
2 coming up already.
Okay.
Come on.
Two problems here. One is, well, it's not a problem. It's basically, it's not up to us.
No.
They don't give a shit
No.
what we think. City of Miami does not care what Key Biscayne thinks about this. In fact, We are so excited that we have this Virginia Key Advisory Board, that we have two very prominent former mayors that are on this advisory board, Buzz Vernon and Joe Rasco, two amazing guys, leaders, major stakeholders here in the community. They're on the Virginia Key Advisory Board. They just found out about this with everybody else. So this deal was already ironed out. We have no political clout.
None.
The what's it called? The guy that the lobbyist for Ultra is Mayor Carlos Jimenez's son. He's the lobbyist for Ultra.
That's funny.
Francis Suarez, which is Javier Suarez's son, is also a lobbyist for this. So, or I don't know if he's a lobbyist, but he's the pushing mayor for it as well. So,
he's the mayor of Miami.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was a done deal. We just found out about it right now. The vote is in tonight. They're speaking in front of the council. Where the community speaking in front of the council,
the Key Biscayne Council,
Council.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter. So
we lost the boat show fight, and this is the exact same thing. There's no arguments that you can make that are going to be different.
What do you learn from the last time around? You know what we spent on litigation or on lawyer fees for the boat show?
700.
Nope.
Million.
Well, I spoke with somebody today. $1.3 million
spent
in attorney fees.
Oh, man.
So the only thing that could stop it now is for us to litigate and to file for a temporary injunction. And in order to do that, we have to show evidence that it's going to be harmful or detrimental or whatever negative impact it's going to have. That's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
So
There's nothing.
What we are forced to do now is to basically grovel, play ball, and mitigate the impact. And when we start talking about what the impact, it's like Rafa said, people are concerned about traffic, right? We can't mitigate the impact of how much Molly people are doing or whether kids are getting in there or not.
Yeah.
But the major impact is traffic, right? So what I believe is going to happen is that our leadership is going to, first of all, everyone needs to go to this hearing or whatever it is. 1,000 people have to show up from Key Biscayne and demand that we have to be focused in our requests.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not a demand even. It's just like basically a request. What is the MOT? What is the method of transportation in and out? What is going to mitigate the risk of us being able to get on and off the key? And not only us, but more importantly, our first responders in the event of an emergency. How are you going to ensure that we're going to be able to get off Key Biscayne in 7 minutes? I mean, that's what it takes now. That's not going to happen. Can you imagine what the traffic flow is going to be moving at with like kids tripping and crossing the causeway? It's going to you're going to be able to traffic.
But that's what I was saying earlier about like the kids and you're like the running amok around. They would spill over in downtown, dude. People in like bikinis with like boots,
like, let's go for a swim.
and like walking around downtown. It was like scary, actually, to walk.
Zombies.
The thing, okay, but let me address some of these things. So,
they're going to sleep out there.
The kids, downtown is different because you leave the festival and you have the transport right there. You have all of downtown. It's a pedestrian area. You leave this festival on Virginia Key. There's no where to go, really. I mean, you could if you wanted to.
If you're on drugs, man, you're walking around.
Cross the causeway if you wanted to.
Yeah, Nahobe Beach.
Yeah.
Okay. The cops are all out there. You're freaking out. You're not doing those things. Maybe some, but I don't think it's going to be this huge mob outside.
Has there ever been 160,000 people on Virginia Key?
That's what I keep thinking about. When you threw out that number, I was like, shit.
So, second.
That's a low ball.
Second.
Goes 160 to 300, they say.
The key has one little leverage, and it's they can threaten to sue. It's still a complication for the city of Miami to get sued. They don't want to get sued. They have to spend the lawyer fee also, So you can, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, and I hope what I'm saying is, but I think you can threaten to sue and say, look, let's work together for the traffic thing at least, get us a dedicated lane for non-ultra, you know, so that one's always moving, and the rest are only for drop-offs or whatever.
Right. Still, a dedicated lane for all of Key Biscayners coming in and out.
What time of year is it again? Because they
Or
changed
one dedicated
it.
lane only for
Wait, what
ultra.
time of year is it again? Because they
In
changed
March.
it. No, but they changed it, didn't they? Okay, it's March. Okay.
What if they did some...
Is it a caller with info about Ultra? I don't know. I mean,
So
when
I
there's
think-
bad traffic, I just don't leave the key. But I guess if
I
you
think
have to,
the key
that
would be
sucks.
smart to ask for good traffic, some kind of proper traffic situation that lets first responders and key residents in and out in a dedicated lane or some kind of setup like that, or a dedicated lane only for the drop-off people, and something that it really mitigates that traffic. I know they did it for the boat show the first year, but the second year, I wasn't in town, but I heard it was a shit show this year.
Yeah.
This
hers
year?
Also,
Yeah,
we were
that
out
the
of town,
traffic
but
was way
not-
worse this year than last
You know,
year.
I don't agree with that.
No?
No?
Okay.
I don't think I have not felt any pain from the boat show. But speaking of, what do you do to regulate the traffic? Where's the gate? The toll, right? So what if they? I mean, how can they regulate the people coming in? Can you imagine what it's going to be to? I mean, you're not leaving the key.
No,
Because
probably not.
Forget leaving the key. Coming back.
Yeah.
I would. So Ultra doesn't Ultra end early?
Midnight.
Yeah.
Or that was in downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what time does it start?
Like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's own students
so
all day.
coming in, anytime you're
Yeah.
coming in, it's going to be a bottleneck right
So-
there at the toll.
So I think some of the things are. I mean, you guys said the people spilling it. When I hear people talk about the drugs and stuff, I kind of think to myself, like, where were you when they were doing it in downtown, which is only 2 miles away? You know, are you really concerned about kids on drugs? Because if you were, you'd be at those meetings when they were approving it for downtown. It's really about the traffic.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've been to like 100 dead shows, all across the country, and a lot of times the cities are like, oh, all these people are coming in, and whatever, all these hippies and this and that, but they're, it's a peaceful group of people, and
Yeah.
you do see them walking around, and they kind of take over the town. Maybe not 160,000 of them, though.
Ultra. That's the Ultra's massive.
Yeah, but if they can all fit in downtown, they can fit easier over there in Virginia Key.
It's a
That
slippery
said-
slope also, Rafa, like you said, because what's next?
Yeah,
What
what's
else
next?
is going to happen?
That's my
That's
main
why.
concern.
So
Is it going to become this like?
It's a shame that we don't have any alternatives but to ask the city of Miami to help us with the traffic.
That's like the only.
Actually, Bobby proposed an alternative. He said the village should negotiate to rent out the space all year
Oh.
so that nobody else can use it. Now, that would probably cost a fortune. Maybe we need a special assessment, a little more for the condos or a little less for the house. I don't know. Something like that. And we can get them never to have an event there ever again.
Bake in a special assessment to the already
To rent Virginia
giant
Key.
bill for all this
Yeah.
stuff that's going on. It was at $70 million. Now it's going to be whatever.
170.
And maybe even a little more for the people who have to leave the key for work.
Oh,
for their
there you
kids,
go.
Right? So kind of tip it that way. Is that what you're thinking? If you commute off the key,
Pay the
But
extra.
Yeah,
that was a
pay the
creative idea, I thought. I wonder what the city of Miami would charge us to not have any events.
wasn't there another event also scheduled that weekend?
Oh,
Yes,
someone said
so.
that.
That was somebody said that could be a game changer because at Virginia Key Beach Park there is another festival
that same weekend.
Yes, full of drugs and kids, but not as big. And so they already have the contract signed with the park and everything, and they have all their permits.
Is Ultra the date fixed already? The
Yeah.
date is fixed.
The dates they want are, I guess, fixed. I think
What
that
happened-
Ultra would be just as well doing it just at Marine Stadium, though. That's the thing. So then you'd have two festivals on the same thing.
Woo.
Because if they can do it in Bayfront Park, which is small,
It downgraded when it was from Bicentennial to Bayfront.
Yeah.
Like it got.
really small,
Yeah, it used to be
big,
massive.
and like open space.
But that's maybe why they did the 2 weekend thing. I don't know.
So anyway, you heard it here.
It was.
We
I
have-
think it was so cool that it was in downtown. Like I
recourse.
think it's so cool to have a festival like that in a downtown of a city. I think that was part of the attractiveness of it. Putting it out here is, in terms of the vibe of the festival, I think it was very cool that it was in downtown.
Well, it's
Miami.
funny you say that because some people see Virginia Key as in 20 years as our like Central Park, even though it's not central, but as our big park, as like our
For Miami.
for Miami, yeah.
My brow is furrowed.
Like our and these huge festivals kind of give it that because it's still right. It's only 2 miles away from downtown or something, 3 miles maybe at most.
I know it's the
right there.
vibe of the toll and the bridge. And
Yeah, it's a little different,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying it's right next to it. So I hope these guys come up with a creative solution to try and fight this. I don't know.
build
how.
another bridge.
And you have so little time to,
Only
to
for
figure it
residents.
out. They have
Build
so
another
little
bridge.
Could it be a monetary compensation?
Yes, that those kind of deals also work. We'll pay you to help us out.
Or just to don't make a big stink, deal with it for the weekend, and here is a new Bear Cut Bridge.
I was going to say, build another causeway.
wait,
Dude, yeah,
stop.
exactly.
You guys are confusing
Dude, you want to
everything.
keep doing festivals every fucking weekend, and we live on an island where there's one in and one out. Build another causeway.
City of Miami doesn't
City of Miami.
have that kind of money. That would be Miami-Dade County, and
Does
it's
the
a
city of
different-
Well,
Miami
they
even
should
have
build
to
another
give a
causeway.
method of transportation solution for us? They don't owe us anything.
I
They don't
think
really owe us
They
anything.
don't owe us anything. No.
And the vote is next week.
And the
Or
vote is
whatever,
next week.
on the 15th.
The meeting is November 15th at 9 a.m.
Let's go
And where
protest.
is it?
And people are trying to rally. This is right by Scotty's at Miami City Hall.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What if every time there's a festival, all of you Key Biscayne shows up
Protesting like
protesting
Lolita
at the
protesters?
gate
Like the Lolita
and
protesters?
don't let anybody in. And it
So
ruins
I
the
know-
festival and they lose all their money
I'll tell you something.
and throw stink bombs in there. We throw stink bombs.
I've said this before on this show. It's been a long time since I've gotten to say this, but the rich don't riot, Anna. The rich
Damn it!
don't riot. And they just stay home and they
Damn it.
maybe they vote and they throw a little money maybe sometimes too. But they
Send the
definitely
names.
Can
do
they
not
throw
go-
another
they
money?
do not form picket lines.
Wow, look at that picket line. It's full of nannies.
I've thought about that. You know that
What,
if you had
send your
enough money,
nannies?
so pay other people to protest for you. What's the
That's a good idea.
Paying
They-
somebody to wait in line for you.
They-
for that. I mean, people used to do that at Specs Records when we'd buy tickets for concerts.
They
That's
don't
hilarious.
have, but they don't have the same energy, so they're not going to block people from going in.
I
Can't
say
pay of somebody to
stink
riot.
bombs. Rent a helicopter and throw stink bombs all over the festival every time.
One of the things, one of the candidates was mentioning, hey, we need to find
Other people who are-
solidarity
yeah.
with other communities
that are opposed to it.
that are opposed to it. You think Brickell's going to be opposed to it on Key
shit.
Biscayne?
Nope.
I don't give a shit.
They're going to be like, thank God it's not here anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
You think the Grove's going to care? They're like,
Nope.
no, man, because the
We
next
don't
thing you
want
know,
it.
it's going to be over here at, whatever.
Yeah, Peacock.
Peacock Park.
Or
Imagine.
a huge barge that they're going to pull out in their front. And, I mean, no one's going to stand
No one
by
wants
us.
it.
Nobody.
Nobody is.
Nobody. And
The
they
Seaquarium, are they going to help us out?
No, because all the zombies are going to go and have fun with the animals.
they're going to rent
Yeah.
out their parking.
Dude, they're going to go swimming with the whales.
Probably.
It's going to be
On
something's
Molly.
going to happen. Yeah,
Oh, and Key Biscayne, I mean, it has this. People look at Key Biscayne and they're like, "Oh, those hoity-toity rich people." So
Yeah.
nobody's has solidarity with Key Biscayne or zero.
Build another causeway.
So anyway, I hope a threat to sue maybe could work, and a payoff. You guys are like, build a bridge. They're not going to build a bridge. If anything, we would pay them to do something for us. We'll give you money not to help us out with, or to help us out with some of this traffic stuff or something. I'm very pessimistic on trying to get these guys out of here. There's a lot of money involved for the city of Miami, and
What concerns me also is the whole, the Virginia Key Advisory Board and how, we're supposedly part of that. And, like, for what?
I mean, you
For,
can
like, playing fields that we want to have out there?
you have a say when they have a question for you, basically. At least you get to answer when they ask you something, as opposed to not. But when they don't want to ask you, then you don't have a say with that board,
feels pretty crappy.
coming. Well, you can here's a plus side. All those Airbnbs that lost out during the tennis leaving, now they can make their money back here on the Key by renting to the candy
Rented what
kids.
to the kids? Yeah. Gross.
Yeah, I mean, and we'll go and stay at the Ritz for the weekend. Or we're still stuck on the Key.
Santi lives in downtown, and I remember him telling me that during Ultra, all the people that were renting out in his building were just like
Maniacs?
gross, scary kids.
There were a bunch actually last year right here on our street.
Really?
Of Ultra kids?
Yeah,
That's funny.
not ultra kids, like ultra
Adults?
Yeah, like 35-year-olds who are going to ultra.
I bet the people who come
There's
here
some
for Ultra
good music, man. There's it's like,
I bet the
It's a
people
subculture.
who would rent out on the Key are more
appropriate.
appropriate than the people who would rent out in downtown. Plus, it's more expensive here.
Let's just tell the city of Miami we're okay with it if you hook us up with VIP passes. Everyone on the Key
Maybe I
gets. I'll go. There's probably listen. There's good music. It's just the crowd. You have to enjoy the crowd. But if you have VIP, maybe you like sit on the side.
and go backstage.
Oh,
or
and I
something.
want one free drink pass.
Are they going to play Despacito? Because if they are, then maybe I
That's
do want
not
these tickets.
EDM.
They kind of the remix. Despacito 2.
I don't know.
No?
No.
Oh, man.
No, but they should give Key Biscayne residents tickets to all concerts at that venue.
Okay, that's never going to happen. Next.
That's an easy. And if you want, how about this?
Next.
They give you the opportunity that if you register, because not everybody's going to want free tickets, but it's like as a Key Biscayne resident, you have the right to register for a free ticket. I think that's pretty cool because
Those tickets are like $300. Who wouldn't register for that?
and you can't sell them.
Dude, Key Biscayne kids are going to be all over that. Every kid has a $300 bill in their pocket. Not my kids. But,
And a Ferrari
I mean-
to drive there.
my kids don't have the $300 bill, but I don't know. Hopefully they don't want to go. I think my kids are actually too old. My
Really?
older ones are, yeah.
No.
Anyway.
All right, that's enough of that.
That's
Let's see what
enough.
happens.
Let's see what happens. Let's be optimistic that we'll get something.
They'll get some free
something
tickets
positive,
out of
something
it.
halfway positive. Okay. And finally on the agenda, can you talk to us about Pablo Sanchez, Mr. Manny?
Pablo Sanchez.
Dear Manny.
Pablo Sanchez, friend of the show, just a postscript to last week's show. Lenny was talking about how sexy he was, or how hot. I don't know if it was sexy, and I concurred. He looked great at the Halloween party that I didn't go to. I just saw the
Merman.
pics. Anyway, we were talking about it on the show, and him and his wife were the hot couple there, and they actually listened to the show the other day, and they heard that. And Pablo came up to me at a football game, at the flag football game the other day, and he's like, Manny, man, I was listening to it. He's like, I'm a producer, and I produce jingles and, write jingles. He's like, I want to do a Rat Radio jingle for you guys.
I would love that.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
All right,
That'd
great.
be
Well,
awesome.
I told Pablo I'd love to have you on the show, actually. He'd be, I think, a great addition to the
Get
show.
him on.
Come and guest on. So
Can you wear the merman suit?
easy. Will you wear your clown Will you wear that?
What's funny is that my costume, apart from the greasy hair, was all clothes that I had at home. I'm just a creeper by nature.
Yeah.
But-
So Pablo,
Well, we know that.
maybe next weekend, because Lenny won't be here next week.
Oh,
either.
that's
She goes to
right.
Cuba.
Lenny, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'm missing you out here. I hope she's listening.
Yeah. She'll be listening on her way to Cuba. So, yeah, happy birthday, Lenny, and happy 50th for her.
Oh, that's nice.
Great
Happy
trip to Cuba.
50th.
Happy birthday.
We'll get you on the show next week. I'll give you a shout.
That's
And,
nice. So he's hot? What's up? Is he married?
yeah, he's married.
I'm joking, but Pablo's wife.
Yeah, she's tough. Be
Oh,
careful.
shit.
She's not going to care about that anyway.
Okay, good.
Her
good,
name's
good.
Anna. She's awesome.
Oh, her name's Anna?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Anna
I don't even know what that means.
What about the calendar, Rafa?
Okay, let's go. Before we get to the calendar, let me remind everybody that it's Monday, November 5th, 2018. It's No One's Listening Show, episode 130. If you're not already a subscriber, find our links on the website or on, that's ratradio.net, or on the Facebook /ratradio, I think. And subscribe on your phone, and you can just get these without having to be live or anything like that. Much easier, and the sound quality is better because I do a little post-processing on it. And anybody who listens to podcasts knows how distracting bad sound is. So it sounds better after the fact. Calendar. On Tuesday, November 6th, it's Election Day. So get out your vote and do all that stuff. Or don't. I don't really care anymore. There might be a watch party at Stefano's. If you're looking for some action, there's only a couple bars on the key that would do something. So it's probably like Stefano's or 900 or something. But Manny heard Stefano's.
I heard Stefano's. Yeah, I heard Michelle Padovan's doing something at Stefano's.
There you go. The only thing is that vote counts start coming in pretty late. So you want to get there, 8, 9?
I'm not giving any times or locations, so just ask your chats what's going on.
There you go. On Friday, November 9th, Bill from the Miami Meditation Center is hosting a lecture with a guy named Bill Porter, Red Pine, and he's going to do a lecture at the Beach Club about, it's named Visiting China's Poets of the Past. This guy is a scholar, translator of Chinese texts, very into the Zen and that kind of thing.
I'm really looking forward to this one. I think everybody should head out.
And it's going to be a very enlightening lecture. And he's a really good speaker. This isn't just some guy.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, it's $20
$20
at the door.
And there's wine.
But this
and
guy,
some snacks.
if you look this guy up, he's like, I'm really impressed and happy that I think it's an honor to have him here. It's one of those.
So
and especially on the key and at the Beach Club. I think that's so cool that Bill organized
What
this.
time is that?
It's at 7:30 at the Beach Club on this Friday, November 9th. So please go check that out. On Saturday, November 10th, is the Key Biscayne Lighthouse Run. Any of you guys running?
You know, I'm thinking about walking. I've never done it before. And last night I went to a celebration of life for Jim Brewster. You know Jim Brewster?
I didn't.
He's actually the guy who I think started the Lighthouse Run, but he's also an amazing guy. I'm friends with his daughter Jocelyn, and it was a beautiful. I just caught the end of it because I had another thing, but I showed up, and I was lucky enough to be able to hear his family speak about him, and his son and his daughter and his wife speak about him, and his friends, and so I think it's going to be extra special this year. Because with Jim Brewster so fresh in everyone's mind, I've never done it, but I think I'm going to do it this year.
Cool.
I think you have to be there at. Actually, you have to register. It sells out, so you should go on and register for it.
I will say this: I got a nice story about the Lighthouse Run. The record of the Lighthouse Run of the 10K is held by a guy, and I don't remember his name, but you can look him up. That in the 80s traveled around the country just busting every local marathon record or every running competition record.
That's hilarious.
So he did the 10K, if I remember right, in about 28 minutes, which is really fast.
Right?
Yeah.
5K takes 28 minutes for me.
He did it in 28
anymore.
minutes, and nobody has beat his record yet. And so whenever I see that, whenever I look at the Lighthouse Run, and I think I always hear about it too late because it's already next Saturday. But I always think, man, I would just love to hold the record, you know. But this guy ran such a great time, and he had to come in from out of town. He's the expert from out of town. They had to come in and just show everybody up. So now our little local run has been taken over by this guy 30 years ago.
Who's a runner friend of ours that can... Andy? Does he still run?
I don't even think the local record
is anywhere
because
near.
they allow I think Miami participants to claim the local record too. So it's not even a Key Biscayne record. I'm not sure. You'd have to double check that. I'll check it before next week because I didn't even know the Lighthouse Run was happening until you told me right before the show. That's how
You can run the 10K or you can walk the 5K. Is that right?
you can run both.
Oh, you can run both?
Yeah.
Or you can walk both?
Yeah. No one's going to stop you. I don't know. Well, maybe there's rules like that, but I don't think anybody's going to stop you. You can definitely run the 5K.
All right, so that's Saturday.
That's Saturday, November 10th. And then Sunday, November 11th.
Philibag is going to do a mangrove sweep.
Nice.
So we're going to load up our paddle boards, head out, and sweep up the mangroves. Not sure yet where we're going to do it, whether we're going to do the mangroves around the yacht club or the mangroves over here at the state park. So stay tuned for that. If you're not following Philibag, check us out on Instagram. And if you like to paddleboard or pick up trash or both, you'll love this. Anna, you're ready for that.
I'm going to a movie that morning.
Okay, well, next time.
With Rafa.
A movie about Gary Winograd.
Yeah. It's at
photographer.
11:30.
That's fine. Next time.
I'm sorry.
All right, you guys got anything else?
No.
No, not really.
I got a little something.
Oh.
So, I've talked about this on the show, but now it's kind of... I hope I'm not blowing my lid because I haven't gotten the email back yet, but we're starting a new show about Miami. In Miami. It's called... Now it has a name. It's called Nothing's Going On in Miami. And it's
Wait
about...
a second. What are you talking about?
It's about what's going on in Miami on Jolt Radio. Now, I've talked to the guy already. It's going to be... We're starting once a month because they don't have enough slots. So... That's fine. I'll still be able to do this show. But it should be on November 14th, the first show. And it'll be...
You need to, tell your friends these things. Oh, you're lucky. The agenda's clear that night. You're lucky.
Anyway, it's almost a sure thing unless the guy writes me back and says, actually, I forgot, and we're not doing it. But... You heard it here first. The Nothing's Going On in Miami show is going to be a thing. And it'll start in a week or two. It should be fun. It'll be a lot like this, but talking about Miami.
Where are you doing the show?
So the place is called Jolt Radio. It's an online station. And what's nice is that they have a studio that we can use. And it'll be the same as this podcast.
And who's on the show? Who's the panel?
It's just Anna and I for now.
All right.
You
Beautiful.
can come, of course, if you want. I just figured that... Well, I didn't figure anything. Of course, you can come anytime you want.
We need
content?
It's Wednesdays at 9. The best thing about doing a show about Miami is that there's so much content all the time. There's always
I think you guys would be
stuff to
perfect
talk
for that
about.
show.
So that'll be...
The only challenge is it's a Wednesday, Anna. I mean... The weekend starts on Tuesday.
That's the best part. The show's at 9.
Oh, dude, we're going to start drinking on Wednesday again? Jesus Christ.
But this time it'll be... So it's going to talk more about music and the arts and stuff like that. So I'm saying it here. I hope I'm not...
Excited.
I'm not getting too excited before...
And then it gets
an email
canceled
that
before it
says...
starts?
Yeah, that it gets canceled before it starts.
We probably shouldn't have announced it.
I wanted to announce it. Why not? It's
I also
something to talk
want to
about.
share,
Nobody listens to the end of the show anyway.
No one cares. No one's listening.
Something else for the calendar, and I'm sorry, I don't know too much about this, but Chucky Duncan just sent it in. November 8th at the Rusty Pelican. And Chucky, I'm reading this on my phone without my readers, so I'm not sure if I'm seeing all this correctly, but the Kelsey Karpiak Showcase for Scholarships. Kelsey was Chuck's niece, and she passed tragically in a boating accident several years ago. I don't know if you remember. It was on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So it's a memorial scholarship set up for dancers pursuing education in a field other than dance. It's a showcase event, so dance teams will be coming from around the city, and they will be doing their thing there. There's also they're performing during a dinner at the Rusty Pelican for the purpose of raising fund for Kelsey's Memorial Scholarship. So thank you, Chuck, for sharing
Thursday.
That. We can put that on the Rat Radio page also.
Sure.
As well. So we'll share that for you, Chuck. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Did he post that in the comments? Because I don't see that.
No, he just posted it on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was going to read out the comments,
Chuck.
but we didn't get any today, so...
What?
Yeah, we didn't really get any.
Zero?
Just hellos.
Okay, we'll take the hellos. I like that.
I think everybody was over at the council talking about
Ultra.
I think so, too. They're all complaining about Ultra.
Untz. You think we'll hear it from here?
No.
The Untz Untz?
Maybe.
I think maybe.
If it's a north wind, we might.
Dude, I think I heard Untz Untz from downtown once.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No joke. From my parents' balcony.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like you said, if it's
like
a north
barely.
wind.
You have to
if
go
it's a
outside on the
north
balcony, like focus.
The
But
north wind, we'll get it for sure.
Untz Untz.
It's going to be hard to paddle up there with a north wind, too. Alrighty.
All right, well, that's the show. Tune in next week when we talk about all the losers. And the winners, too. Okay, on 3, can we get a sign off on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Bye. Untz Untz.